Welcome to my videocast, Running Digital Transformation. With experts, I'm trying to find the keys for creating digital champions. Today is my very first time on site in a very special location. It's the Epicenter in Stockholm. And I'm very excited to meet now Patrick, the CEO and co-founder of Epicenter. Hey.
Hey, Marcus. Hi, Marcus. Welcome to Epicenter.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, great to have you here. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you?
Yeah, good. Very good.
Yeah, wonderful.
I want to introduce you to our latest member of the team here at Epicenter. This is our digital assistant, Farhat.
Wow.
Good morning.
Good morning. Farhat.
Tell us about Epicenter, Farhat.
Epicenter is a research center where we are working on the next generation of robots that can talk, hear and see. We also have labs where we do research on human-robot interactions.
I'm looking for Patrick Mesterton.
Patrick Mesterton is the CEO of Epicenter and one of the founders.
That sounds great. Do you like him?
No, I do not have feelings. Good morning.
So let's move on, Marcus.
Thanks. So yeah, we got a little introduction now from Farhat. So maybe you want to elaborate a little bit more about yourself. So now you are CEO and co-founded also Epicenter. So what have you done before?
Yeah, so before I used to be the CEO of a consultancy company, helping predominantly digital scale-up companies with internationalization and growth plans.
Yeah.
And for us, we saw that at the time when we started Epicenter in 2015, that the market was changing quite significantly. We saw that the scale-up companies that we usually help as consultants don't really fit in the traditional real estate model. Because companies that don't know if they're 50 or 500 employees in 6 months, they have a hard time with that traditional type of office lease that was prevailing at the time.
So you have a great location. Yeah, we will see it later on. You will show me around. But how did it work out? So you had the idea, and then you found this great location. Was it just luck?
Yeah. So that's funny with the innovation, right? Is that sometimes things happens really without a bigger plan. But we met the real estate company that owns this real estate, and they had a big area with vacant spaces, which they knew that they needed to confirm and transfer. And they wanted to make a program that focuses on really helping the digital scale-up companies and the new type of companies build new values in Stockholm. And then we started talking together, and we found that there was a great way to collaborating, where they could use the space in a different way, and where we could really help the companies and the members here to grow and accelerate their business.
Sounds cool. How big is the space here?
So this space is over 30,000 square meters of innovation space. So we have more than 350 companies residing here, from the Microsofts to the Googles to the rest, that are all here working on innovation and growth.
So Epicenter is supposed to be one or the most innovative co-working space in the world. What's the difference to other locations, working locations, co-working locations?
Yeah, I think there are like a couple of fundamental things. First is that it's a curated environment in the sense of that we have a by invitation only. That means we handpick the companies that we bring into the center. We work with scale-ups and large corporates because we want to work with the companies that we think have the most opportunity to really make impact when it comes to change and innovation. And we work with a lot of programs. So we do coaching, we work with scale-up programs, we run innovation labs here. So it's really hands-on support, helping these companies grow and expand.
Is it possible to apply, or is it really only picked by you?
No, so you can apply, and we have a stage process for how to vet and validate the companies that we want. And that is because we are quite fortunate that we have a long waiting line, and we want to make sure that we bring in the companies that we think we can help in the best way, and the companies that can help the community in the best way.
Cool. I heard that it's somehow a must to be here. So, I mean, Microsoft, Google, you said, Spotify was also in your place. Why is it that people feel that they need to have an office in Epicenter and not outside in their own building?
No, but what I think is that companies are searching for innovation environments. They're searching to extend their networks, to create new learnings, and a place where they can sort of teach and where they also can be taught. And having a vibrant, open place where people come together for the same reason, where they are interested in collaborating and where they're interested in learning and meeting and learning about new digital opportunities. That helps these companies to go from inventing in silos to do it more in an open innovation format.
Okay, and all companies who are in here are very open to interact with everybody else?
Yes, that is sort of the foundation of things, is that it's really open in that sense. You can, of course, always, when you have something secretive that you want to do on your own, you have spaces and things for that. But the premise for being here is really to engage and meet with other companies to maximize the learning and the opportunities in collaborating and building new business.
Could you show me a place where the collaboration takes place here in the Epicenter?
Absolutely. Please join me.
Yeah, thank you. So what are some examples of very innovative work which is done here at Epicenter?
Yeah, so there's a couple of fun things as to collaborations, especially when maybe traditional industries meet new industries and companies that haven't really engaged with each other before create new values. And we have a great example here, for instance, where we had actually a Swedish whiskey manufacturer called Mackmyra, who together with Microsoft, is one of our partners and members here, met, and they created the world's first AI whiskey. Okay. So through an AI service, they blended the best type of thing together with Mackmyra, and they made the world's first AI blended whiskey. Okay. That has happened here.
Yeah. And do you like it?
Yes, of course. I like it a lot, but I'm not the biggest whiskey drinker. Okay. But yes, I've tested it, and it's really good, and it's working. Yeah, sounds great. We've also done other things here. We have a restaurant that we also have worked together with IBM and Watson, which is of course their AI robot, and they have created the menu in a restaurant. So based on AI interaction of knowing what people like, we've created a full menu using that. And these are things that can happen here at Epicenter.
Do you have one innovative example we can look at?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to show you what we built here. Well, this is actually our Chief Disruption Officer, Hannes. Hannes Sjöblad, who's testing you. Hannes, may we disturb you a little bit? Sure. I'd like to introduce you to Marcus. This is Hannes Sjöblad.
Hi, Hannes. I'm Marcus from
Pleasure
Diconium.
to meet you.
Yeah, welcome. To meet you.
I need to sit for a minute.
Okay.
I was just at 4,000 meters exercising my lungs.
Okay, crazy.
So through this breathing machine.
Yeah.
So you don't have time to go jogging and travel to the mountains. You can do it here in our tech spaces.
Okay, cool. And Chief Disruption Officer sounds cool as well. So what's your job? What are you doing?
Well, my job as Chief Disruption Officer is not to cause disruption. There's a lot of players doing it here in this space, but it's really to help people understand disruption. So our members here and our dear friends like you guys who come and visit us, to understand what's going on and to spot disruption. Before it happens, so that we can navigate it and ideally make the best use of these technological changes that we see.
Okay, cool. When we entered the building, you said, okay, I have a chip in my hand, and it's Hannes, who is the famous biohacker here. So I assume it's you. Yeah,
that's right. So I've been working a lot with upgrading people, and Epicenter is a great space where people are open to visionary ideas. So one of the things that we do, a lot of us use smart implants to open doors and unlock our devices and the different rooms here. But these implants can also be used for smarter things, such as tracking your health. For example, I have a little chip right here that measures my body temperature at all times. And when I got the Omicron COVID over Christmas, I could lay on the sofa and I could monitor my temperature curve in real time. Cool. And I would know when was the time to take some new medication.
And what's your vision? So how will it impact our life and improve our lives? Hopefully.
Oh yes, I mean I'm optimistic in the sense that most of these technologies are really value adding for us, and they facilitate and they make us healthier and they give us access to great things. But of course, everything there is a risk that things can be abused. So we need to be conscious when we explore things. We need to think about privacy. We need to think about users' rights from the start, because we've seen that new technologies are often met with enthusiasm, and then after a while you get the hangover, like we've had with social media, for example. In the beginning, it was great. You could connect with friends everywhere. Then it's being used to disrupt politics. But over time, I think we learn to manage these things. I mean, there's the classic example, of course, of the first cars.
Yeah.
When they came, there was a wagon without a horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
We were afraid, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they made a law that you need to have a guy walking in front with a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay. Which was okay because they were so slow. And anyway, they were driven by steam, so you could actually hear them from like 2 kilometers away. But principally, people were afraid. And over time, we learned about seat belts and traffic lights, and we designed systems to make traffic safer and safer. So I expect the same. We will learn to manage these technologies around us.
So what would you say is the future of work? How will we work in 10, 20 years?
Yeah, I think the work is what you do, not where you are. So I think with digitalization and all the tools that you have, that means you can work from anywhere. And I think the office or whatever the workplace you're going to be has to earn its role and its attractiveness for the worker. And I think that therefore questions around what can I learn, what can I contribute with, how can I impact and influence, those will be important things for the workplace to be like we know it from today. And I think we're going to see a tremendous sort of shift in the way that we go to one place, I think, into multiple places. And it all is very situation dependent on what you need for the specific thing that you're trying to solve right now. So I think you will see a lot more openness. I think you'll see a lot more flexibility. And a lot more the way that the sort of traditional offices as we know it will change.
I saw also 2 things here. As you said, openness. You have an ecosystem on the one hand side. So do you think that the boundaries of companies will diminish in the future? That there's no interaction in between companies? And the other thing is, what role will technology play in the everyday work of everybody?
Yeah, I think if you look at how work is transforming right now, before people went to the universities, they got a degree and then they worked in a line of business until they retired. What is happening now is we see a massive shift where people are becoming more gig workers, so working for themselves in projects that they are interested in, that they burn for. That means people will work simultaneously for more employers than only one, and they will work shorter and flexible. And what we see when we compare the people that are working traditionally is that the people that are gig workers are better prepared and equipped for the future. Because as they get more experience and they educate themselves more, they are more prepared for the future type of things. And I think another main shift that's going to happen is the way that we have educated people before, is that we cannot rely the universities to build our long-term educational goals. Because people might have to change careers fully in every 5 to 10 or 7 years, whatever. And that means that you're going to see a lot more private educational activities that has to help cater for that future need to prepare people for work.
It's included into the work, so to say.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe you could show me one place where you gather a lot of people here and you foster collaboration. As the next stop.
Happy to do that. I want to take you to our Accelerate corner here, and I'd like to introduce you to Jack Melker Clausen, who's head of our Accelerate programs.
Hi, I'm Jack.
So, Jack, what are you doing here?
Within TeamAccelerate, we actually help startups and scale-ups accelerate. So we support startups to get the best conditions to actually overwin the valley of death and become fast-growing scale-ups, and helping scale-ups to grow faster than competition.
What are the 3 secrets?
There's no secrets. It's hard work, actually. But support yourself with a foundation of good founders, of course. Mix up with a soil where you can actually meet and connect, and then ensure that you always work harder than competition. We also do help a lot of startups from other parts of the world. So we have startups from Korea and from Singapore, supported projects by those 2 governments, to use Stockholm as a base of their global growth journeys. And then we also gather startups within the same area in order to get the dynamics from each other.
Sounds cool. Then good luck for the future. Bye-bye.
Great.
Good luck. So, where are we now?
Welcome to our Disruption Hall. This is one of the places where we bring our community together. We are doing more than 150 community events per year here. So all the members that are here, they have an opportunity to host and do their own community events, bringing the people together, as well as we are bringing in founders from different places. We do master classes, we do thought leader seminars, we do high table lunches and dinners, all to sort of explore and to get the community to collaborate together.
Great. And also a reason to come into the office again, right?
Exactly, because we think that by having that sort of why, then people want to come, and this really provides the element. And the good thing for the members, of course, if you have the opportunity to go to 150 really sort of qualified events per year, that makes also your staff smarter and smarter over time.
Definitely.
And that's part of our objective here is, of course, help educate people as part of I'm the only student, everyone else is a teacher.
Yeah, absolutely. And you would never get such a training course and agenda together just on your own, because you have so many different companies and experts here, right?
Exactly. And I think that's also why we like the collision between industries and thoughts and between people, because that's really how you develop your own sector and your own industry. So by learning from others and having that opportunity is why we do these events.
So thank you very much for this exciting journey here through the Epicenter. I assume we just saw a little bit of what's really going on here, but I think it was a great insight we had. Thanks a lot. I have always one last question to my interviews. So do you remember one personal advice you received which really impacted your life significantly?
Yes, that is stay curious. Because I think if you stay curious and you don't take things for granted, then you have an open mindset to explore new things. And having a growth mindset today, especially as the big changes we're going through, is very important. So stay curious.
I will.
And thank you so much for joining here, Marcus. It's been an absolute pleasure having you and the team here.